Here in Brooklyn, New York, home to 2.6 million people, lies one house, one basement gym that sets apart from any other gym in the world, the home of Oscar Ardon's gym. Today we take a look into a grueling back session with IFBB Women's Physique Pro Teresita Morales as she prepares for her 2015 season. RxMuscle presents the House of O with Oscar Ardon and Teresita Morales.
Who's this Oscar Ardon, and where can I find him? And I remember one of my friends would like call, and we could never reach you. And so finally, Oscar and I met for the first time, and that was like, what, a few years ago? Mm-hmm. So we were actually friends first before we started training together. And, you know, ever since I started training with Oscar, my training has changed dramatically.
What's changed too is also the mindset too. I think that you can't just look at the results and think that it's one variable that is just affected by it. I think it's the totality of everything together, and I believe the mindset is the glue that kind of just cements the structure of this preparation, whether off-season or pre-contest. So we did some adjustments in her diet and cardio and every other aspect, including training. Mm-hmm. But training is so, to me, important because it is what ties everything together. It allows the food to be absorbed in. It allows the body to really get that push, you know, beyond the comfort zone, and really just express yourself and release stress, and just take your development to a place where there's no inhibitions. You know, when you come here initially, there might be some mental restrictions you may have, and when I see that at first, you know, my aim is to open that up and get them out to a place where they're comfortable but still uncomfortable, like outside the comfort zone, I guess. Mm-hmm. and push that and know that that's a norm. You know, that if you expect to, you know, create results and, you know, have a better physique, you're going to have to embrace this place that can sometimes be, you know, a lot of, you know, lactic acid buildup and pain, and pushing beyond that. And that's a mentality that you have to embrace. If you're not ready for it, you're not gonna be wondering, like, you know, like, this is uncomfortable, this is, you know. But if you embrace it and you know that it's part of something you have to do, you have a much clearer, you know, green light to just go. And she was very willing, and she gave me great feedback.
Keep going, let's go. 2, come on. 3, 4, 5, come on up. 6, 3 more, let's go. 2 more. One more, last one. Excellent.
As far as like taking my training to the next level, I've worked with a lot of coaches before, online coaches, you know, coaches face to face. But when I came to Oscar, I did have a lot of inhibitions, and I held back a lot as far as my training because of fear. I think fear of getting injured. A fear of a lot of things. You know, one example is that squatting. Mm-hmm. That was one of the things that I have not done in a long time. That's critical to leg training.
That's due to your car accident, right?
And leg development. I was in a car accident in 2009, and it prevented me from pushing it to the level that I wanted to. But then I noticed that I can do these things. I can squat. I can do hack squats. I can do the leg press. And Oscar helped me realize that by sort of encouraging me to face my fear, go beyond my limit, and assured me that I would not get hurt. And as soon as I started to embrace that, as Oscar just stated, my leg development got better and better and better. And I mean, I see that I have like some of the best legs on the stage. It's incredible when you see yourself, and when you see yourself 2 years ago to where you are now. I just can't believe that my body looks like that. It's amazing.
To touch on what she just said, the moment she began to embrace it, the moment she began to embrace it, she also carried that on to every aspect of her prep. It wasn't just, well, let's embrace the intensity and just new movements and push. Let's keep everything else the same. No, she embraced cardio, and the way we did cardio was just, she finished doing cardio and her clothes were just drenched. So she did that in her prep overall. So when you are able to do that consistently, I have no doubt that the end result is going to be something that you can marvel at and say, wow, because your legs were an area that was a weak area.
That was my weakest area.
And our aim was to create great legs and hamstrings and glutes, and we're in the process of doing that.
2, 3, come on, 4, 5, 6, come on, 7, 8, 9, let's go, 10 more, let's go, 1, keep going, 2, 3, 4, let's go, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9.
For anyone that's been doing this is not a sprint. It's a race, and every show that we did, we aimed to improve and get better and learn. And I think that the past 2 shows we did, we tap into something that worked best for you, as far as peaking and things like this, and which is different than in the past. Training was always intense. Certain things are fundamental, whether off season or pre-contest. Adopting the right mindset, believing in yourself, but actually pushing yourself the last few weeks and taking things a little differently and tweaking it to her body. That's something that it took time to master and to really tap into.
I think for the next few months, Oscar and I will be focusing on upper body, shoulders, thickening of my back, and not like lose focus on my legs. So I really want to maintain my legs, but today's workout was specifically for that.
You're thinking of back thickness. For me, a few movements come into mind. Bent over rows, T-bar rows, deadlifts. We need to incorporate pull downs because we also have to focus on width. But besides those movements, what I like to create most is having a strong mind and muscle connection. Even though she's doing heavy weight, I still want her to be conscious of contracting the muscle. It's not just moving the weight from point A to point B, but actually feeling that muscle and contracting it with the actual weight, which creates muscle growth long term. And focusing on deadlifts, which is a very fundamental movement, and that sometimes you think it's a more bodybuilding movement, but it's a great movement for glutes, hamstrings, back, just thickness overall, and core strength. And then you have your rowing movement. So it's movements like this that would help create more of a thicker, denser back when she does her back poses from the rear. So today's training session was pretty similar, to what we do, most of the time. Intensity may be a little different. It's after a show, so this is her first back session in the past 2 weeks.
I think that the only thing that I can say is anything is possible. And if you have a goal, if you really want something, then just go out and get it, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's difficult sometimes, and it's time consuming. You have to make a lot of sacrifices, and I'm not even just talking about the fitness industry. I'm talking about any goal that you have in life. But I think that if you set that goal and your mindset's right, and you have good people in your life, positive people in your life, that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to.
I didn't know. Sometimes you see an individual and you don't know, what makes them who they are. and you can see someone on stage, you can see someone do, we really don't know their history, where they come from, what they do. For me, being a coach and helping different athletes, I'm able to listen to their stories and feel what they went through what they say, through their emotions. And with her, it was just a deep sentimental feeling about wanting to succeed, wanting to, prove yourself, not just other people, just prove yourself that you can accomplish it, you can do this. And even though it may seem to the outside people that it's maybe winning or superficial, to me and to the athletes that I coach, it's more internal. It's more of a personal achievement. It's a personal accomplishment, and that accomplishment, to see her succeed, and to see her win, and to see her emotions, it makes all the effort, all the sacrifice worthwhile. And just for that moment, just to see a person achieve that, to see her, I was like, wow, we'll do it again, in a heartbeat, So I know that from my perspective, I see myself a little bit in the athletes that I coach, and I see myself somewhat in her as well. Just her desire to get up to not just be a lawyer, not just be a female, not just be a Latin female, but just to exceed herself, stretch herself to a place where most people may think, oh, it's too much. How do you do it? Just do, and you make that choice. She made that choice even before coming to me. She made that choice. The more you teach, you learn, and you taught me things, not just about myself, but about you. That's made me a better person, a better coach, and I thank you for that, So I guess that's it. I don't know what else to say.